Alright, so previously in the two videos, we have learned that how equation of a straight line is given by y is mx plus c, how do we calculate the gradient, and if you have a point which lies on a line, and if you know the gradient of that line, then you can find out the equation of the line by the formula, which is this: y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Yeah, let's move on and we'll talk about another question. Previously, we have done question 1, question 3. Today, we'll do question 4. Do points 4, 3. So, what are the points? A is 4 and 3. B is 2 and 0. And let's say 3 is minus 18 and minus 12. Do these 3 points lie on the same line? And it is given that find the slopes between the points. Yeah. So, if these 3 points, they lie on the same line, then their slope has to be the same. For example, point A, point B, and point C, if all 3 of them are on a straight line, are on the same line, then they must have constant slope. The slope between A and B should be equal to the slope between B and C, and this is what we are going to find out. Right? So we'll find out the gradient between A and B. Yeah, so gradient of A to B. We know the formula, it's y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So how do we know which point is y2, which point is x2, y1, x1? We learned that earlier, that we look at the right side. So in A and B, look at the x-axis. X coordinate is 2 and for B, and it is 4 for A, which means A lies on the right side of B. Yes, it's something like this. A should be over here, B should be over here, because A is 4 on the x-axis, B is 2 on the x-axis. So coordinates of A are going to be x2 and y2. Coordinates of B are going to be x1 and y1. Let's put this in our formula. So y2, which is 3, minus y1, which is 0, is equal upon x2, which is A, yeah, and that is 4, minus x1, which is 2. Yeah, so we get 3 upon 4 minus 2, which is 2, so 1.5. So the slope of A and B is 1.5. Let's see if the slope from B to C is also the same. Now from B to C, we need to figure out which one is x2, which one is y2. So B is 2, 0, and C is minus 18 and minus 12, which means point C lies way before point B. Yeah, and it's something like this. This is C and this is B. Why? Because C has x, which is negative 18, and y is negative 12. So we look at the x-axis. So C comes before B, and B is 2 and 0. So this is going to be x2 and y2. This is going to be x1 and y1. Yeah. So let's see. Let's try to find out the gradient from B to C, which is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So y2 is 0 minus y1 is negative 12 upon x2 minus x1. So we have negative 12 positive upon 2 plus 18, which is 20. Definitely not the same. Yeah, so we are getting 12 upon 20. And if we simplify this, what do we get? 12 upon 20 should give us 0.6. Yeah. So the gradient of B to C is 0.6. The gradient of A to B was 1.5. So we can conclude that these 2 points do not lie on the same line. Over here, I've drawn these for you as well. So this is a grid in which A is 4, 3. Yeah, x is 4, y is 3 over here. B is 2, 0, x is 2, y is 0. C is minus 18, minus 12. So you can very clearly see that the slope of this red line, which is B to C, is different than the slope of the green line, which is A to B. So these 3 points do not lie on the straight line. I hope this helped you. If you have any other questions or anything from physics, chemistry, maths, or biology that you want to study, visit our website or contact me at the WhatsApp number given for one-on-one classes. All the best.